Hi everyone, welcome back to the Intro to Building series. I'm Sean, and in this lesson we're diving into responsive layouts within nested designs. We'll explore how to make our layouts look great on any device by using Refoundry's responsive settings. For this demo, I'll continue with the example I built in the last lesson. Responsive design ensures your content adjusts seamlessly across devices, specifically from desktop to tablet to phone. In Refoundry, you can customize these settings for each device directly in the editor, making it easy to fine-tune layouts for specific breakpoints without any code. Let's see how that works. So I will preview my current layout in tablet form by clicking on this icon up here. So you can see right now I'm actively in desktop, and by clicking tablet I'm able to see it on a medium-sized screen. And so you can see that this layout is fine, but it's starting to get a little cramped. In particular, these buttons side by side aren't working. So let's start by adjusting my button layout. So right now they're set to display row. So you can see this icon here now is also reflective of the view that we're in. So anywhere you see this icon, I'm able to control the preview by clicking on one of these. But I can also set a device-specific setting for this function. So I'm going to choose Flex, and I'm going to choose column because now I want these buttons to stack. Now once again, align always defaults to stretch. Maybe we want the buttons to go all the way across. Maybe I just want them to be normal sized. Now I have them arranged on top of each other. Maybe for this button I don't want it crashing into the next one. So I'll go to padding or margin settings, and you can see again this icon is here. So now I can add some margin above that button to sort of make it look nicer. Now, say for example, I actually want this intro and these icons to arrange differently. Say I want them to be on top of each other. What I can do then is I can go to my column and I can ensure that it goes full width. And that automatically pushes the other column down because it's now over 12. And then for this block here, I will then do the same thing. I will stretch it all the way across. Maybe now I don't like the way these highlights stretch so far across. Maybe I'd like them to be next to each other. But the problem is I only have one column block. So an alternative way to build a section like this for that type of flexibility, if I were to go back to the desktop view, it's important to note there's no limit to how many layouts you nest within one another. They all come out as simple divs without any sort of concerns around bloat. So in this particular example, I'm going to delete these two. I'm going to add container row, remembering to turn off the gutter to keep the alignments in check, and column. And I'm going to move this, and then what I'll do then is I will duplicate these columns, not the individual containers. So what I get is the same layout, there's no change, but I have this little extra layer of columns that I can control. So now when I switch back to tablet, and I don't want these to go full width, I can now actually set these to just be 4, because 4 times 3 is 12. Now you can set them individually. At this stage of building, it's a little bit more convenient to simply duplicate them again because it actually takes the block settings and uses them. Now you'll note that I don't have sort of space between these blocks, so just to make sure that I get those back, I can re-enable the gutter, and then that's how you can see that we're able to maintain this gap between. Maybe I'm happy with the way these individual columns look, but if instead I actually want the icon to stack, I can actually just take the text column and make it go full width, and you can see it now falls underneath. I like the size of this icon, but I can also increase the column width here as well. Once again, just duplicating these to save myself the trouble of setting that over and over again. I now have a different layout. Now say I've made this decision and I'm like, actually like those buttons side by side again, I can always go back to the choice that I made in display and just click the X there to clear it out, and I now have items back the way that I want. I also need to remove that bit of margin I added, and there you go. So that's how I can take one layout and structure it for tablets. So let's continue with the example and now decide how we want this to look on phone. So in this particular case, now I do want the buttons to go back to the way I had them. I want them to stack, so we're just going to do this again. Column. Maybe I like the stretch this time. I still do want the button here to have a bit of space, but that's looking nice. But obviously this layout is not working at all. So I need to, again, I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just delete these because I'm just building, and I'm going to stretch these all the way across. I still do like this layout, so it works. So now I can duplicate these here. And now I have a fully responsive layout that looks the way I want it to on all devices. So there we go. And that's how we create responsive layouts in nested designs using Refoundry. With the device-specific settings, you can adapt your designs to any screen size while keeping them clean and consistent without needing to use any code. If you have any questions or want to learn more, visit our website or book a demo. Happy building, and see you in the next lesson.